Hello students, today we are going to study break and continue under the subject C programming. First we are starting with the break statement. The break is a key word in C which is used to bring the program control out of the loop or out of the switch case. The break statement is used inside loops or inside the switch statement. It breaks the loop uh, one by one, that is in case of nested loops. It breaks the inner loop first and then it proceeds to the outer loops. The break statement in C can be used in the following two scenarios, either with switch statement or with loops. First, let us see an example of a switch statement or switch case. In this particular problem, you can see that there is a switch. Okay, we wrote switch number and then we wrote the cases. For each case, we have used the break keyword. What is the purpose? Let us understand the code. Now, in this particular case, we are seeing that the number is equal to 0. Okay, so what will happen? It will come here to the switch statement. So switch 0. It will try to match 0 with all the cases. It will not match. It will directly go to the default. But now, suppose there is a case where the number is 10. What will happen now? The case 10 will be matched and number is equals to 10 will be printed. Now in this particular case, what do you want? That as soon as the case matches, this particular, the program control should come out of the switch case, right? That is why we have used the break keyword here. So what happens is that it matches here, comes and prints this line, and then with the help of the break statement comes out of the switch case. Let us see the next example for a loop. In this particular example, you can see for I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. So for the first iteration of the for loop, the value of I is 0. Now we come to the first statement inside the for loop. So like printf %di. So in this case, 0 will be printed. In the next line, we can see that if I equal to 5, so if I is 5, then please break from the loop. I is not 5 here. So it will go to the next iteration after printing 0. For the next iteration, I is equal to 1. So again 1 will be printed. This will continue up to the case where I is equal to 5. If I is equal to 5, 5 will be printed here. After that, it will come to this if statement. So we wrote if I equal to 5, yes. Okay, I is 5 now. So it will come to this break and it will break from this loop, from this for loop. And after coming out of the for loop, this particular statement will be printed. That is, came outside of loop I equal to 5. Since the value of I is 5 now. So we have seen one example where the break statement is used in case of a loop. Here we have used the break for loop. Now let us use the break keyword for while loop also. Okay. Now we can see that there is like I equal to 0 while 1. As we know that 1 is always true. So always it will enter inside this while loop. Now inside the while loop, what is happening here? Let us see. So first we are printing I, 0 is printed. Then we come to I plus plus. So the value of I becomes 1 now. This if condition is false, it will again go to the next iteration of the while loop. So like this constantly the numbers will be printed like first 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9 is printed here, the value of I is incremented by 1. Okay. So now I is equal to 10. So if I equal to 10, then break. So as soon as I reaches 10, it will break out of this particular while loop. And then this line that came out of while loop will be printed. I hope the break keyword is clear to you now. Let us move on to the continue statement, or the continue keyword, I can say. The continue keyword in C is used to bring the program control to the beginning of the loop. Okay. So in the previous case, that is in the while studying the break keyword, we have seen that with the help of this particular keyword, we are coming out of the loops. Okay. But with continue statement, we are skipping some of the lines of code inside that loop, and we are continuing with the next iteration of the loop. So we are not coming out of the loop completely now. Okay, so it is mainly used for a condition so that we can skip some code for a particular condition. Okay, so I think if we see the example, it will be clear. So let us study the example now. What happens in this particular example? We have int I equal to 1, right? This is a normal variable I, whose initial value is 1. Now for I equal to 1, I less than equal to 10, I plus plus. If I equal to 5, continue. Let us see what happens here actually. Okay. Now, first for the first iteration of this for loop, the value of I is 1, right? So it will enter inside the for loop. This if condition is false now, right? Because I is not 5. So it is coming to this print statement. Okay, so 1 is getting printed here. And we are coming to the next line. For the next iteration of the for loop, the value of I becomes 2 now. Again, this condition is false. So we are just printing 2 and coming to the next line. Okay, what happens after that? Again, it comes to this for loop or next iteration of the for loop. I is 3 now. So 3 is getting printed. For the next iteration, I is 4. Again, 4 is getting printed. For the next iteration, that is when I is equal to 5, let us see what happens. So now, after increasing the value, I becomes 5, right? Now, if I equal to 5, what did we write? We wrote continue here. As soon as the continue keyword is encountered with, it immediately skips the rest of the statements which are there inside the loop and goes to the next iteration. I hope you are getting my point. So as soon as I becomes 5 and this particular if condition is satisfied or it's true now, right? So if I equal to 5, continue. Continue means what? You're not coming out of the loop now, or you're not, ending the loop. You are just skipping the next lines, whatever lines are there. After this continue, those all the things are skipped. And then again, you are continuing with the next iteration of the loop. So what happens in the next iteration of the loop? The value of I becomes 6 now. Again, this if condition is false. Again, it is printing 6. So as you can see, the normal flow of the loop again continues. So 6 is getting printed. Again, for the next iteration, 7 is getting printed. Similarly, 8 is getting printed. Again, 9 up to 10. When does the loop stop here? When this particular condition comes, right? So now, after 10, when I reaches 11, this particular condition is false now. At that particular point of time, the for loop will stop. Okay, so I hope the difference between break and continue is clear to you now. Break will help us to come out of the loop completely, and continue helps us to end the current iteration and skip the rest of the lines, whatever is there after continue, and then go again and start the next iteration. then the normal flow of the loop again continues. Okay, thank you.